What's up, guys? My name is Nick, also known as Temperistic, and welcome to Need to Know News. It's only been a couple weeks since the Titanfall Alpha pre-play of the game, which comes out March 11th, has been closed, and both positive and negative feedback have been taken from the players to account for the bugs in the game, if there were any. I didn't see any. I played the game a shit ton, but I didn't see any. It was fantastic, and it was so fantastic that the players are going after Respawn, saying that they really want a beta before the game comes out March 11th, and they said that you shouldn't rule anything out, as there might possibly be a beta, but they said that you shouldn't get your hopes up either, so it's about a 50-50 chance. But then, a couple days after that, Origin, a gaming company who posts digital releases of PC games on their website, said on the top of the page there that the beta is coming and you need to prepare for battle. So that was a little slip up. And with that said, it seems like more and more confirmation is coming from the company, seeing how a French company that works with Origin slipped out even more than Origin did, and they're actually a retailer working with Origin. The beta will apparently run from February 14, 2014, Valentine's Day, until February 19, 2014, which is about 4 to 5 days more, about 4 days more than the alpha ran, as it only ran for about a day and a half. And so that should be exciting for the players, as they're now getting confirmation that it will be coming out. And access to the beta will only be available through pre-ordering the game. And judging by the second image here below, not only do you get beta access, but you get a cool Titanfall poster and a t-shirt to go along with that from pre-ordering the game. So if you haven't pre-ordered the game, I advise you to do so right now, as you will get about 5 days access to the beta. I played the alpha and it was fantastic. Only had 2 maps and 1 Titan that you could use, but I can only assume that they're going to add, since it's going to be 5 days to play, they might add 2 Titans to play around with and maybe 3 maps, something along those lines. But it was great, and I highly recommend you try your best to make it possible for you to play the beta. In other Titanfall news, there will not be any microtransactions in Titanfall, as we've seen with other games like Killer Instinct and Forza Motorsport 5 on the Xbox One. With Killer Instinct, you can buy the game for free, and the problem with that is that it only gives you 1 character. If you want to play and get other characters, you're going to have to pay money for the characters. There is no way that you can unlock them by playing the game a shit ton. Unlike Forza Motorsport 5, you can play the game a shit ton and unlock the cars, but the game developer also gives you the opportunity to buy your way through the game, getting new cars and stuff. And the problem with this is that it alters the gameplay. People that are good at the game could lose to people that aren't as good as them just because they have better characters or better cars. Now, Titanfall developer Respawn Entertainment sees the problem with this, but if I was a gaming developer, I would still have microtransactions, but in a different way that didn't alter the gameplay. As with 343 in Halo 4, they did microtransactions, but they didn't alter the gameplay. They did it with helmets, armor, armor on your legs, whatever you wanted to do to decorate your spawn. They had it that way so you could pay for skins for your weapons and all that jazz. Also, big thing for competitive players that has always been a problem is split screen. There's always been, even online, there's always been lag with split screen, and it's annoying how in tournaments you've got to be really close to your teammates, like touching knees. And now Titanfall game developer Respawn said that there will not be any features in Titanfall to have split screen. This is both bad and good. This is bad for casual players and pretty much anybody that has their friends over and only has 1 monitor, since they will not be able to play with their friend on split screen. But in the long run, I think it's a good idea, because in competitive, if they have tournaments for Titanfall on Major League Gaming or whatever gaming organization might want to run Titanfall tournaments, depending on how popular the demand is for them, it will not be a problem at all, since well, it won't be a problem for the players since they wanted to play on split screen, but it will be a problem for the company because they will have to spend more money to get monitors. But in my opinion, it is a very good decision to not have split screen, since there has been so many problems with it in the past. And in other Titanfall news, there is a headset and a controller for Titanfall, custom made by Microsoft and Turtle Beach. The Turtle Beach headset is going to be running out for $149.95, and it is a wired, it looks like it's wired Turtle Beach headset that will be perfectly able to work with the Xbox One. As we know, the headsets from the Xbox 360, the Astros, the Turtle Beach, the Skull Candy, whatever, and the cord that goes into the controller will not work with the Xbox One controller, and now you will have to wait for the headset companies to make an adapter, or maybe Microsoft make an adapter or whatever, so you can plug it into your Xbox One controller and use them. But I guess the first headset that will be coming out from a headset company will be the Turtle Beach headset, which will be able to plug into your Xbox One controller, so you will be able to use it no problem. And then the Xbox One Titanfall custom-made controller looks fantastic. There was a video made by somebody giving you all the details about it. I will link it down below. And let's see here. The controller will release in time for Titanfall's launch on March 11, 2014 in the United States, but in Europe it will come 2 days after the release on March 13, 2014. It does not... it's going to be $64.99 for the controller, and you can pre-order it in the US Microsoft Store for that price. But an update has just been announced that the Titanfall Xbox One controller has sold out just on pre-order, and Amazon may be running out too, so you better act fast if you want one. So it seems like going to Amazon is probably your best bet, but by now, with this video coming out, they might also be sold out too, so you might be out of luck. But it's a fantastic controller. It looks awesome, and why wouldn't you want a custom-made controller instead of looking into that black brick the whole time you're playing? In other news, though, it's just been confirmed today that Microsoft has acquired the rights to Gears of War. We know how successful the Gears of War series has been from the time Gears of War 1 came out to the time Gears of War Judgment, the newest installment of the game, came out. The game has been falling down as more and more Gears of War titles have come out, and that is obviously the case. But it is still a popular game nonetheless, and Microsoft has acquired not only that, but they have also acquired a new game developer that will be taking on the rights of that game and making Gears of War 4, or maybe another Gears of War prequel or whatever. It seems like the developer is called Black Tusk Studios, and they are in Vancouver, British Columbia, and they will have the director of production from Epic Games that will be going to that game developer, and they will join Microsoft, and he will play a key studio leadership role at Black Tusk Studios on the development of the franchise moving forward. The rest of the Epic Games employees will be working on other games that they have not yet confirmed, so be on the lookout for more Gears of War games in the future. Beyond Entertainment has been hosting a good amount of tournaments in the previous month or so, and with the Beyond Halo 3 2v2 Winter Classic tournament just ending, we have pro players Goofy and Chig, Goofy from Warriors and Chig from Team Classic winning the 2v2 tournament, and a bunch of videos are up. I will link it down below. Apparently they weren't satisfied with winning Game 3 of the finals, so they did a double or nothing Game 4 and Game 5, and they did win that. I don't know if they were doing double money. I don't know who was supporting the money, but anyway, there's 2 extra gameplays up from that, which are a definitely a must-watch, as Goofy does go clutch on Heretic Team Slayer. Call of Duty Championship, which is the biggest Call of Duty tournament ran by Major League Gaming, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and other various companies, is the biggest Call of Duty tournament in the world. I don't know exactly how long they've been doing this tournament, but this is the second year that I've seen it, and of course it always has a prize of $1 million, $400,000 for first place, and then the rest of the money will be spread out through the second place team and 8th place team. Between those, I guess, is how they're going to do it. Bunch of teams are going to be competing this all around the world from places I didn't even know that had people playing Call of Duty. If I can give you some more information here, the Call of Duty Winter Invitational will be January 20th through February 6th. And I guess this will count as Major League Gaming's first event of the year, as the Anaheim event will be totally separate from the Call of Duty Championship, and that will be not until June 20th through the 22nd, so we can only assume that this is going to count for one of their events, as they would probably be spending a lot of time and money on this with Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and other various companies. So, with that said, the Americas will have 13 teams, United States of America will have 8 teams, Brazil will have 2 teams, Canada will have 2 teams, and North and South America will combine together to have only 1 team. Europe will have 13 teams, United Kingdom and Ireland will combine together to have 4 teams, France will have 2 teams, Germany will have 2 teams, Belgium, Luxembourg, and Netherlands will combine together to have 1 team, Denmark, Finland, Norway, and Sweden will combine together to have 1 team, Italy will have 1 team, Spain will have 1 team, and all other Europe countries, including Russia, will combine together to have 1 team. Asia and Pacific have 4 teams. Australia and New Zealand combine together to have 2 teams. Hong Kong, Singapore, and Taiwan combine together to have 1 team. South Korea has 1 team. Africa and Middle East has 2 teams. South Africa has 1 team, and the United Arab Emirates have 1 team. And just to say that it is fantastic that there's so many places that I didn't even know had people that wanted to compete in Call of Duty Champs. Like, for example, pretty much the Asia Pacific places like Hong Kong, Singapore, Taiwan. I had no idea that there was Call of Duty players out there that were competitive and wanted to compete in this. Especially South Korea. I thought South Korea just had StarCraft 2 players, but it is interesting to see that they do have a team coming to compete for the $1 million prize. And South Africa had no idea, and I have no idea where the United Arab Emirates are, but it's just fantastic that there are so many players that are getting into esports from around the world, and as more and more players do that, it's going to be becoming a bigger and bigger thing for esports tournaments, and more and more people will find out about them, and hopefully one day we will see all this stuff on the TV. So, January 18th through February 23rd will be the qualifiers, which will take up much of Major League Gaming's time. February 28th through March 2nd will be Gfinity Call of Duty Champ in Europe, and that will be the regional finals for the COD Champs. March 1st will be the ACL Pro Call of Duty Championship in Australia and New Zealand, and it will be the regional final there. On March 8th through 9th, MLG Call of Duty Championship in the United States of America, that will be the regional final for them. And March 28th through the 30th will be the Call of Duty Championship Tournament. Online qualifiers will be played on the Xbox 360, but at the Call of Duty Championship, people will have to play on the Xbox One. I'm guessing why they did this was so on LAN there will be no lag, as obviously the Xbox One has the ability to run a lot faster and smoother with higher resolutions than the Xbox 360. Of course, this is going to be a huge controversy with people complaining that it's going to alter the gameplay, and people that have maybe played a little bit more on the Xbox One than other pro players who are not necessarily as good as the players on the Xbox 360 will be able to potentially beat them, but we can say that, again, the tournament won't be until March 28th, and the qualifiers end on February 23rd, so they do have a little over a month to buy an Xbox One, buy Call of Duty Ghosts, and practice Call of Duty Ghosts on the Xbox One. So, honestly, these pro players, they have sponsors that can buy them an Xbox One. So there's not really much to complain about. You know, there's been other instances where pro players have had less time than that to get a team together or maybe practice for a tournament, and they've still done pretty good. So there shouldn't be much complaining there. Other than that, that's about it for COD Champs. Beyond Entertainment, as I said, has been hosting a good amount of tournaments. They are hosting a new tournament called Beyond Entertainment's Valentine's Weekend Tournament. It's going to be, again, a Halo 3 2v2 tournament. It will be $24 per team. One person will need to pay the $24. I don't know why they're doing this, but You will have to pay back your friend or whatever, because you can't. One person can't do $12 and the other person can't do $12. I guess it's just to make it more organized, but it will be double elimination. It will be from February 15th through February 16th, and you can expect all of the VOD, all the videos on Beyond Entertainment's website and forums after the tournament's over. So sign up for that. As we all know, we need as many teams and players supporting Halo, as Halo 5 will be coming out probably not until fall. So, but we can still do our best to keep Halo alive until that time. A man has spent 3 years trying to walk the end of Minecraft. Apparently there is a place in Minecraft called the Farlands. It's the point where the game's code, which builds each world procedurally, starts to collapse under the weight of its own sums, and it breaks apart and glitches out. And this is so the game never lags. You know, if you've ever played Minecraft and you keep walking, you see the scenery coming into view, and that's the game building it as you see it, and then behind you, as you keep walking, the stuff you just saw will collapse and cease to exist until you come back to it. And that is why the game is not very laggy, because they do that. The New Yorker has a great interview with Kurt J. Mack, a man who is trying to walk this to this point. He started his quest in March 2011 and is still going. The sad and amazing part is that we know how far away the Farlands are, at least in Kurt's build of the game. Newer versions of the game have had the feature removed. From the point at which you start your game, they're 12,000 kilometers away. In his 3 years of walking, Kurt has traveled 700 kilometers. He's got some walking ahead of him, to say the least. Apparently, they think that he'll never get there, but that's not the point. The point is the journey, which he's documenting on YouTube and raising money for charity with, as sort of wandering podcasts. Each one not just a story of his travels, but an example of the crazy stories that can come out of playing Minecraft. I will link his YouTube channel and a link to this in my description box below, so you can check it out and support him in his charity if you wish. The last thing we're going to talk about today, guys, is League of Legends. As Riot says, League of Legends will hopefully be around for decades, and we can assume that this is true, as they are getting a new partnership with Coca-Cola, probably the biggest sponsorship that any person could want in the esports scene. And we don't know really how they acquired Coca-Cola. I guess seeing how big League of Legends is, it catches everybody's eye, seeing how the government did give the pro players visas and has recognized them as the only professional athletes of esports in the world. Coca-Cola did say why they are supporting a game developer rather than a gaming organization like Major League Gaming. They said that they feel like supporting a game developer is more important than supporting a gaming organization, because they are the ones making the games, and they are the ones that really make sure that there's no problems with the game. Also, they are technically supporting a gaming organization because Riot hosts the LCS, which is the biggest League of Legends tournament in the world. And with that, guys, that is all the information that I have for you today on Monday, January 27, 2014. If you did like the video, thumbs it up, favorite it, share it, give me a comment, tell me if you want me to talk about anything in specific. If you think I did a good job, let me know. If you think I did a bad job, tell me why. And subscribe, as I will be doing this every single Monday, and I will do my best to make sure that I get one out every single Monday. With that said, I love you guys for watching this, and I hope you enjoyed it. And be on the lookout for another one coming Monday, which will be the 3rd of February, which will be the day after the Super Bowl, which I'm excited about. And a little side note on that, they said there's right now in New Jersey, which is going to be where the I think it's in New Jersey or New York. I think it's in New Jersey. I'll have to look. But the Super Bowl dome or stadium is covered with 13 inches of snow. So, and it's about a week away until the Super Bowl, and There's 13 inches of snow on the stadium, and they haven't canceled a Super Bowl or championship since 1933, which is 81 years ago. And they said they don't plan on doing it, but they might if they have to, if they can't get the stadium cleared out. So I know I'm going to be watching the Super Bowl, and I hope they don't cancel it because I have plans already. But anyway, guys, that's it for this Need to Know News episode 2 on Monday. And again, be sure to look out for another one on February 3rd, day after the Super Bowl. And thanks for watching, guys.